What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. In today's video, we have the brand new Fight Leo Bodyguard Island, and this is a really different type of island. I did talk about it briefly when the data download was pushed to us a couple of days ago, but basically to give you a quick rundown before we talk about the unit itself, in this island you can farm the unit and also his specific limit break materials. He has little shards, crystals, and also the orbs that you need to farm for in this specific island, and it really doesn't take that long. Like, I completely maxed this character out in a little over an hour, and that was like including with building different teams. So if I was just straight farming, I could have probably had this done in like 45 minutes. Like, this is a very easy event, and I strongly suggest you guys go ahead and do it because this unit is actually really good. So let's start talking about the new Leo character. So here we go, fully maxed out. Leo is a strength free spirit striker. His stats are mediocre, I would say, or specifically his attack I feel is a little mediocre, but his captain ability will give you 2 times attack to free spirit and striker characters and give them 1.75 times recovery. You're not using this guy as a captain, but he does have a special ability that is very good. 10 turn cooldown, reduces your crew's bind, increased damage duration, and enemy defense up, which is the blue shield, all by 4 turns. That's amazing utility there, and he's going to be exceptionally useful in the upcoming Colosseum against Colosseum Mole, coming on the 26th or the 27th of November, so definitely look forward to that. He does have a crewmate ability as well, adding 2 times his attack as tap timing bonus damage, which is very good. He also has slot bind resistance up to 5 turns. He has recovery bind up to 5 turns, and as for his support ability, supporting Mansherry and Rebecca will add 5% of his base stats to that supported character. Just overall, for such an event that is so easy, he is definitely worth the farm, and he's likely going to be a point booster in the next treasure map. So just all in all, you need to farm this guy. Very easy and very powerful. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about this specific piece of content. So getting into this, I have 5 different teams for you guys in this video today. Like, this island is just ridiculously easy, but let's actually talk about each of these stages. The first 3 stages are pretty straightforward, but on stage 4, you're going to be encountering Bian, or Bian, I don't really know how to pronounce her name, as well as 3 of the bird mob characters. Now, Bian has about 300,000 HP, 290,000, very low, and the birds have about 20,000 HP, again, very low. Her preemptive attack will give you 99 turns of poison, and that poison is 3,000 damage per turn. You can definitely bring like the support ability of Int Ivankov on a Luffy character to remove that poison, but then again, it is so easy, you can kind of blow through it just completely ignoring the poison, so it's not really that big of a deal. Also on stage 4, you get a full board of block orbs, so removing those block orbs is going to be a pretty big priority. Stage 5, you've got Cub, who is a strength character. He has 450,000 HP. The mobs have 15,000, and his preemptive attack is target fixed to himself for 2 turns and 2 turns of damage threshold. So removing the damage threshold or finding a way to bypass that is going to be your best bet there. And on the final stage is going to be against Leo as well as Mansherry. Leo has 2.8 million health, Mansherry has 800,000. The preemptive attack is you cannot defense down him and you cannot poison this stage. You can delay them though, which is good. Leo himself has a 2-hit perfect barrier for 2 turns, and also he'll make it harder to hit perfects for 2 turns, which is also quite annoying. And also 19 turns of recovery to the enemy, so they're going to recover 50,000 HP for 19 turns. If you don't kill Leo after turn 2, he's going to give himself attack up, and after turn 3 he enrages. Don't get him below 20% on his attacking turn because he will paralyze your entire crew for 5 turns. And whenever you activate a special ability that does damage to the enemy, Mansherry will actually fully heal the enemy side of the field, though she doesn't really remove any buffs that you do. So you can still have a damaging special that applies a buff to your team and still use all of the effects of those specials as intended. So you guys would have just seen the Carrot team. That's the team that I used to completely farm this island and max out my Leo with. The next team you guys are seeing here is a Jack team. Now, just talking about this dungeon and what are really good units that you can bring, right? You definitely need a character to change block orbs on stage 4. I use limited rare recruit Bonnie on this particular team. I use her on a couple of other teams here as well. She's just really nice because she's on a really low cooldown, and that's one of the big components I was looking for. There are plenty of characters in the game that can get rid of block orbs, but there aren't that many of them that can remove it, as well as being a really low cooldown. Limited Rare Recruit Bonnie fits that bill. Another character that I use on another team is actually Rare Recruit .Q. Yeah, he's really good. He's on a 4-turn cooldown, and for slashers and strikers, he changes block orbs into matching, so he's a really good option as well if you have him to run a striker or a slasher team. I do actually run a slasher team in this video, as you guys will be seeing. Also on stage 5, you will need to remove that 2 turns of damage threshold, although if you are using Carrot, you won't have to worry about that too much. But a character that I do use a lot in this video is the Psy Rare Recruit Mr. 1, because he has a reasonably low cooldown to remove at least 2 turns of the damage threshold. Another character that you could bring as a free-to-play option, that I was looking at, was actually the Fortnite Caribou, because he has a really good sailor ability where he reduces his cooldown by 5 turns every time you use another special ability. So with stalling, cooldown, etc., and you have to use a special in stage 3 to remove block orbs, you will be able to use his special ability pretty much on stage 5, which is good. So if you have that Fortnite Caribou, he would be a pretty good choice to remove the threshold on stage 5. And as for the final stage, it really doesn't matter what you bring, you just have to have enough damage output to deal 2.8 million damage to Leo whilst hitting 2 perfects against him, as well as the 800,000 damage. Now most teams can definitely do that. You can see with this Jack team, I was actually unable to kill Leo, which was quite unfortunate. I thought this team would have had enough damage output. Unfortunately not, but luckily, because it wasn't his attacking turn, because I did delay him there, he didn't activate his paralysis effect, which was fine. So you could probably optimize the Jack team a little better, though personally I would suggest to run something else other than Jack, because you do need to farm this quite a lot of times, and the amount of EXP that you get from it isn't really that great in my personal opinion. So I would say go with a team that can beat it faster rather than a team that you can get more EXP from, but then again, that's your personal opinion at the end of the day. And of course, I had to chuck in Luffy and Law. Luffy and Law destroyed this. Like, they were really, really quick as well. As we can see, we are utilizing the limited rare recruit Bonnie as well as Mr. 1 once again. We do have Kinemon on this team as well, because all of the characters are either Slasher or Free Spirit. So I wanted him on the team just to make the run a little faster, because that's obviously what I look for when I build teams, especially for easy content. I want to beat it as fast as I possibly can, and having a character like Kinemon, along with the other characters on this team, we are able to do that. I think this is honestly like equal fastest with Carrot, I feel. There's probably some other teams out there that are able to clear it really, really fast, and this is definitely one of them. This was a pretty awesome team in my personal opinion. And the final 2 teams you guys will be seeing in this video, the next one after this will be version 1 Akainu 6+. I mainly just wanted to use him because he is a rather newer character in the game, and I just wanted to show off that, you know, obviously he's going to be able to beat this. Nearly every legend in the game, I feel, would be able to beat this content. It isn't very difficult, so you shouldn't really go into this expecting it to be difficult, or you shouldn't really be worried about this content at all. It is very simplistic. And the final team after version 1 Akainu, you guys will be seeing the Slasher team, which is the version 2 Mihawk team. Now, I do have version 2 Mihawk and V2 Zora on the team. It's probably not required, I just run it there because V2 Zora has a great sailor ability, but yeah, as I said, definitely not a requirement for that team anyways. But that's going to conclude this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all of the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.
尽くすマグマじゃ。